Hearing these words, Master Mo Yang staggers and almost pukes blood. Tip your head. I am a master appraiser, I don't lack money. Like I will take your tip. With a hardened face, Master Mo Yang is on the verge of exploding. At this point, he will be placed in an awkward situation regardless of whether he takes it or not. If he takes it, it means he would be accepting the tip of others' tip. In that case, he would be no different from a waiter or a servant. If he refuses, just the action of the other party alone causes him to feel embarrassed. Suddenly, a thought floats into his mind. Could the lad have foreseen this in advance? That's why he took his money so as to intentionally cause him embarrassment. You don't want it? Great, I can save 1,000 then. You must know that one can buy a lot of things with 1,000 gold coins. Sensing his hesitation, Zhang Xuan places the note back into his embrace and mutters by the side. Hearing these words, Master Mo Yang is on the verge of collapsing. You sure are lucky, choosing the right one. However, this doesn't mean that you have won. Alright, I still have things to attend to, so it is about time for me to leave. With coldness in his gaze, Master Mo Yang stands up, flings his arm and prepares to leave. His decisive action impresses Zhang Xuan. As expected of a professional scammer, the moment things go awry, he leaves. His decisiveness is truly worthy of respect. Regardless of whether Zhang Xuan is lucky or he is truly skilled in appraising, he would no longer be treated as a lunatic after earning so much in an instant. Rather than grinding it out with him, it is much wiser for him to end it here. After all, he has already profited greatly from appraising for the others. The longer the argument carries on for, the higher the possibility of something going wrong for him. The results of our competition isn't conclusive yet, why are you in such a hurry to leave? Given Master Mo Yang's previous actions, there is no way Zhang Xuan can allow him to escape just like this. Indeed, Master, don't be in such a hurry to leave. You also made a profit from the item you bought, this can't be considered as his victory. Master has only underestimated his enemy, that's why he didn't choose the most valuable treasure from the start. We believe in you. After numerous days of effort, the Master has roped in a large group of loyal followers. I have already said before that I have matters to attend to. Farewell. Master Mo Yang waves his hand. Even if you have urgent matters to attend to, I doubt that a few minutes will matter much. There are still things that I would like your guidance on. Zhang Xuan blocks the other party's escape path. What kind of things? Master Mo Yang stops and harumphes coldly. This friend. Seeing him cease his movements, Zhang Xuan smiles faintly and stares at the elderly, who had obtained the slot for appraisal and bought the ornamental vase. What is it? The elderly walks over. He is still hugging the artifact containing the ornamental vase, as though he is hugging a precious treasure. Given its size, he will be unable to clean it up within a short period of time. Thus, he chose to stay to join in the spectacle. If I'm not wrong, the item you spent 80,000 gold coins to purchase is an ornamental vase. Furthermore, it is a broken one and it is not even worth a single gold coin. Zhang Xuan points to his artifact and states. Ornamental vase? Not even worth a single cent? What kind of joke is this? This is something the Master chose for me. The face of the elderly darkens as he chastises Zhang Xuan. Cleaning up such a large artifact will take a long time. At the minimum, you will require at least a day. How about this, you smash it on the floor directly and if I'm wrong, I will pay you 80,000 gold coins. However, if I'm right, it means that you have fallen into his trap and got scammed. If so, you can just demand the money back from the one who scammed your money. Zhang Xuan offers with a grin. Smash it? The elderly is taken aback by his words. The words of the other party make sense. Cleaning up such a large artifact will surely take a lot of time. However, if he were to smash it on the floor, it would only take an instant. If it was truly as the other party claims and it turns out to be just an ornamental vase, then he would have made a big loss. Even for him, a loss of 80,000 gold coins is enough to send him into bankruptcy. If the artifact turns out to be a fake, he will probably commit suicide. If the young man were to say these words a moment ago, he would simply scoff and disregard his words. However, the other party has just bought a treasure, which won him a revenue of 765 times. This very fact makes his determination wavers. Worry not, a true treasure won't shatter that easily. Even if you were to smash it, it is very unlikely for it to break. You won't make a loss. Sensing his hesitation, Zhang Xuan pushes on. All right. After a short moment of contemplation, the elderly casually smashes the artifact in his embrace on the floor. Dangling. With a crisp sound, the giant artifact shatters apart, and its true form reveals itself amidst the moss and mud. Indeed, it turns out to be a shattered vase. It is really an ornamental vase? After taking a look, the crowd verifies that it is indubitably an ornamental vase. Even if this object is an antique left behind from the ancient times, it still isn't worth much money. Needless to say, 80,000 gold coin, no one would buy it for even 10 gold coins. What is going on here? Seeing the broken fragments on the floor, the elderly freezes in shock. Initially, he had placed all of his hope on this artifact to earn him big bucks, yet it all ended up like this. How can he possibly not go berserk? What is happening? You'll have to ask this Master Mo Yang. If I'm not wrong, he worked together with the dealer to build his fame as an appraiser so as to attract everyone's attention. Then, through his appraisals, he is able to get you all to spend big bucks to buy the artifacts he decides upon, thus profiting from it. Zhang Xuan looks at Master Mo Yang and the dealer, and the corners of his mouth creep upwards. As for why he was able to choose objects of high value, the reason is simple. Since the cleaning process did not happen before you, they are able to switch the item inside with another treasure they prepared beforehand and claim that it is the one he had just picked out. Anyway, no one saw the cleaning process, so no one is able to refute his claims. Is that true? Hearing Zhang Xuan's words, everyone's trust in Master Mo Yang wavers. After picking out a treasure before everyone else, Zhang Xuan successfully exposes a fake treasure that Master Mo Yang appraised. The crowd who had complete trust in Master Mo Yang a moment ago is starting to get suspicious. Dangling. While they are still busy contemplating over who is right and who is wrong, another crisp sound echoes amidst the crowd. Another fellow who had received the appraisal slot smashed the artifact he bought as well. This time, it isn't an ornamental vase but a useless pottery. It is clear with a single look that it isn't worth much. Fake, it is a fake. I spent 60,000 gold coins to buy this. They are scammers. Seeing the broken shards on the floor, those who bought the appraised items know that they have been scammed as well and started roaring frenziedly. Peng. Hong. Puh. With the two precedents, the remaining few can no longer hold it in. One after another, towards the artifacts they just bought, they throw, smash with a hammer or cut it open with a blade. Taking a look at what is inside, all of their faces pale. They are all fakes. They are all worthless trash. We have been duped. This Master Mo Yang is a fraud. If there was only one fake, the crowd would still be able to accept it. After all, even an appraiser can't possibly pick treasures out of artifacts 100% of the time. However, when all 9 of the artifacts that he had appraised turn out to be trash, it can only mean to say that he is a scammer. To think that you still acted so compassionate and benevolent. Pigu. You are just a fraudster. The berserk crowd surrounds Master Mo Yang and the dealer tightly as they stare at them intensely. At this moment, even the thought of killing them flashes through their minds. After all, no one's money came from the sky. If no one saw through the sham, and they only realize that it is a scam after they are done cleaning, who can they find to redress their grievances? Don't listen to the nonsense of this lad. Even master appraisers have moments when they are off. I'm truly unacquainted with this artifact dealer. Seeing the murderous glare in the eyes of the crowd, Master Mo Yang realizes that it is no longer possible to fool them and roars in anger instead. If it was a moment ago, the crowd would have definitely listened to his words. But now, no one pays him any heed anymore. Peng 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 peng. The sound of someone hitting on a human sandbag echoes from the congregation of the crowd, following which, cries of agony can be heard. In this ordeal, not even the artifact dealer is spared. As for the initiator of the incident, Zhang Xuan, he had sneaked off the moment chaos broke out inside. The world is humongous, and every day, there are people who are going about scamming others, and there are people who are scammed by them. He isn't an omnipotent god, and it is impossible for him to interfere in all of them. If it wasn't for Master Mo Yang's excessive mouth, he couldn't be bothered to exposing him. Now that those who were scammed are aware of the situation, naturally, they have their own way of dealing with the problem. There is no need for Zhang Xuan to worry about them. Huang bookstore. Walking slowly along the market, a giant store appears before him. In it, there are all kinds of books filling the bookshelves within. The store deals with medicinal herbs, weapons, savage beasts and naturally, books. That is also his main motive for choosing to enter this store. Let me take a look. Zhang Xuan lifts his leg and steps into the store. Gongzi, are you here to buy books or to browse through books? Gongzi gentleman. The moment he steps into the bookstore, a young lady steps forward to welcome him. Around 17 to 18-year-old, her pure face and appearance are particularly alluring. Even though she is still slightly lacking compared to Shen by Laoshi, she is considered as an exceptional beauty. Is there secret manuals on Fighter 6 Dan cultivation technique here? Zhang Xuan reveals his objective here to her. Fighter 6 Dan cultivation technique? Gongzi must be joking. Such secret manuals on cultivation technique cost a hefty sum. A little business like ours doesn't have the qualifications to be selling them. If you want some entrance-level cultivation technique manuals, we have a few of it here though. The lady shakes her head. The books sold in their store mainly consists of human geography, biographies of reputable figures and such. Cultivation techniques are something highly confidential to cultivators, so how can it be allowed to be browsed through or sold freely? Then, do you know any stores that sell them? Confirming his suspects that the manuals aren't on sale here, Zhang Xuan sighs and looks at her in expectation. Sell them? The lady shakes her head. It is impossible for anyone in Tongxuan Royal City to be selling cultivation techniques of this level. However, some experts do collect quite a few of them. If you have an amicable relationship with them, it might be possible for them to allow you to look through them. Allow me to look through them? Taking a look is great as well. Zhang Xuan's eyes light up. With the Library of Heaven's Path, there is no need for him to buy the books. As long as he is able to lay his hand on those books, just by flipping through it, a corresponding book will be compiled automatically. Do you know any seniors who collect such manuals in their residence, and allow others to browse through them? He can't resist asking. Allow others to browse through them? The lady frowns, and just as she is about to shake her head, she suddenly thought of something and slyness flits across her eyes. She smiles and says, I do know of one. However, he is known for being eccentric. When he is in high spirits, he won't mind, even if you were to take all of the books in his house. But if he is in a bad mood, ignoring the fact Whether he will allow you to browse through his books or not, he might not even allow you to walk through his door. Such a person exists in the world? Zhang Xuan frowns. He continues, then, may I trouble you to guide me to seek that senior? It just happens that there isn't much business today. I will bring you there now. The young lady smiles. Thanks for the trouble. He doesn't expect the lady to be so helpful as to bring him there personally, so he nods his head in gratitude. With the lady leading ahead, the two of them walk out of the bookstore. Through their idle chatter, Zhang Xuan learns that the name of the lady is Huang. This bookstore is opened by her. Judging from the appearance of the bookstore, it seems to be newly opened, at maximum around 10 days or so. You are saying that there are many books in the home of that senior? After walking a distance, Zhang Xuan can't resist asking. Naturally. That senior is a famous scholar in the entire kingdom, and he was once Emperor Shen Zui's tutor. He is a person who is able to freely go in and out of the kingdom's book collection vault. Do you think that it is possible for the books in his home to not be many? Huang Yu says reverently. Emperor Shen Zui's teacher? That means he used to be an emperor's tutor? Zhang Xuan is stunned. The current emperor of Tianxuan Kingdom is named Shen Zui. No one is aware of the specific level of his cultivation. They only know that he is the strongest person in the entire kingdom, unmatched by anyone. The tutors of such a figure are carefully handpicked, and have to undergo numerous selection processes before their positions are confirmed. Even the principal of Hongton Academy doesn't possess such qualifications. He is his painting and calligraphy teacher, and not his martial arts teacher. Even so, he is still an incredible figure, who is deeply respected by the emperor. At this point, Huang Yu's face turns solemn, as she warns Zhang Xuan, this old Mr. Liu Chen is an elegant person, who is very particular about decorum. He detests juniors talking nonsense before him. When we arrive, it is best for you two not to speak too easily. Otherwise, it will be impossible for you to be given permission to browse through his books. Zhang Xuan nods his head. I also have my own matters to attend to. When we arrive, you will have to deal with the matter of borrowing books yourself. Don't mess up my matter along with yours. Huang Yu glances over with her beautiful eyes as she speaks. Don't worry, I won't put you in a difficult position. Comprehending the meaning behind her words, Zhang Xuan smiles in response. He is already grateful for the fact that she is willing to bring him over. If he is capable, he will be able to borrow the books. However, even if he ends up in failure, nothing can be done about it. No matter what, he is still a teacher. How can he put a young lady in an awkward position? The old mister prefers juniors who are more obedient. No matter what the old mister says, you just have to nod your head. You should also know that a great scholar like him tend to be more conservative, so his thoughts may diverge from that of us, youngsters. Just try not to squabble with him over these. Huang Yu reminds him once again. The two of them soon walks out of the market. After passing by a series of alleys that would leave one confused, they arrive at a residence. This is the residence of old Mr. Liu Chen. Huang Yu points towards the residence. Zhang Xuan raises his head to take a look at the entire residence. It isn't as vast and extravagant as he expected. It seems like the residence of an ordinary household, and there isn't even a door plaque at the entrance. If it weren't for Huang Yu leading him here, he might have thought that this is the residence of a normal civilian. This is the place where the emperor's tutor lives? Zhang Xuan finds it hard to believe. Old Mr. Liu Chen lives a thrifty life. There were many times when Emperor Shen Zui offered to reconstruct his residence, but he firmly rejected the offers. Noticing his doubt, Huang Yu explains. Zhang Xuan nods his head, as his respect for the emperor's tutor grows. Despite possessing such social status, he is able to remain incorruptible and thrifty without being changed by power. It seems like this old mister is a sentimental and straightforward person. Da 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 da. Just as they are about to knock on the door, a carriage rushes over. The distinct sound of the galloping of the horse echoes through the alley. Jia. The carriage stops beside the two. A young man parts the curtains of the carriage and walks out. He is a 17 to 18-year-old youth dressed in white. Tall and slim, his face is exquisite, similar to white jade. With a single look, it is clear to see that he is Sion, and he exudes an aura of superiority. Zhao Yu? You are here too. Zhao Yu, little Yu, a pet name for Huang Yu. Seeing Huang Yu, the white-clothed Gongzi's eyes twinkle and immediately tries to fawn upon her. Gongzi, gentleman, I am Huang Yu, don't give me such a mushy nickname. We aren't that familiar with one another yet. Huang Yu curls her lips contemptuously. Given the relationship between our families, it isn't too much to call you Zhao Yu. Besides, wasn't that how I called you when you were younger as well? Are you here to visit old Mr. Lu Chen as well? The white-clothed Gongzi smiles and flings his robe. He strikes a pose, as though declaring that victory is in his hands. Don't think too much about that object. It will definitely come under my possession. It is hard to tell whose it will be at this point. I only fear that you will cry then. Huang Yu doesn't step down to his taunting. We'll see then. The white-clothed Gongzi chuckles. At this point, he finally notices Zhang Xuan and frowns. Who is this? Zhao Yu, why did you bring an outsider here? No matter who is it that I bring, it is none of your business. Huang Yu purses her lips, not sparing the other party any face. Lad. No matter who you are, I advise you to stay away from Zhao Yu. She isn't someone, a small figure like you can lay your hands upon. Looking at Zhang Xuan, the white-clothed Gongzi narrows his eyes and spits coldly. Zhang Xuan didn't expect to be threatened, when he is here only to borrow a book. A strong feeling of helplessness surges through him. Using the words from his previous world, he is lucky like a dead mongoose. All Huang Yu did is to bring him here, they are just barely acquaintances. Do you really have to go that far? Threatened by someone, Zhang Xuan feels displeased. He stretches his back and waves away his concerns. You interfere too much. My apologies, but I don't think that you need to concern yourself over this. Fine, I hope that you don't regret your words. He didn't expect that a lad he had never met before would dare to speak to him in such a manner. The white-clothed Gongzi's eyebrows shoot up and his eyes narrow. Turning around, he ignores the other two and walks over to the front of the courtyard, to knock on the door. Why are you so rash? As the white-clothed man knocks on the door, Huang Yu's anxious voice sounds by Zhang Xuan's ears. Why? Zhang Xuan looks at her in puzzlement. Do you know who he is, for you to dare to speak to him like that? Seeing the oblivious look on the other party's face, Huang Yu feels a little helpless. It is truly hard to tell whether this fellow has a strong heart, or that there is something wrong with his head. Who cares who he is? Zhang Xuan shrugs. What does his identity have to do with me? You. Seeing the expression on the young man's face, Huang Yu is starting to doubt if she had brought a fool over. Seeing the indifferent look in his eyes, she is able to tell that he truly isn't bothered over the identity of the person he just offended. At a loss for words, she could only introduce the person before to him. He is the sole son of Zhennan Wang, Bai Xun. Zhennan Wang is known as the #1 authoritative subject of Tianxuan Kingdom, his position beneath only that of Emperor Shen Zui. Offending his only son means that it will be hard for him to make a living in Tianxuan Kingdom. Initially, she thought that revealing the identity of the other party will induce fear in this fellow, and that he would ask her how he should resolve the problem. Contrary to her expectations, Zhang Xuan looks over with a confused expression. Zhennan Wang. Who is he?
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never say